Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. If you check the calendar on what today is, you would know that it's June. And do you know what happens in June? That's right, baby! It is Pride Month! And we are here to celebrate Pride Month as proud members of the LGBTQ+ community. Or if you're not queer, a proud ally. And seeing as it is Pride Month, I've decided to make some art for Pride Month. Now, if you scroll back just a little bit on my channel or on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, you would see that I've made a lot of art for Pride Month. But this time, it's gonna be a little different. Today, we're making 3 distinct art pieces for Pride Month, with one theme unifying them together. And that theme is mythical. Think gods and goddesses, mermaids, deities, etc. Anything magical. I thought this prompt would be fun for Pride Month because everything is magical. And being queer is pure magic, baby. So, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, so to start off our art celebration for Pride Month, we are going to be drawing 2 gay dudes who I've created ever since I picked up a pen, and I still continue to draw to this day. And that is Henry and Jackson, my 2 gay OCs who hopefully will have a movie in the future. Wink wonk. Now, you know I can't make a Pride Month art thing without these 2 gay boys because, like, you know, yeah, they were my original gay boys, and for them everything has to be perfect. So we're gonna be talking about the conceptual process of, you know, making the art piece with Henry and Jackson. At first I was gonna do a casual look for the 2, you know, what I've done every single year ever since I realized I was gay, but it felt boring, so I decided of something else. And when the theme mythical popped into my head, I was like, yes, now this is what I want to see. So I went sketching, and at first I wanted to do florals, you know, because, you know, they love each other and they're lovers and they always give them flowers and they're always so cute with flowers. But then another idea popped into my mind, and I was like, what if we did Renaissance style paintings for the 2? That's perfect! And I literally had a heart attack. Literally, like, Henry is the moon deity, and Jackson is a human that ascended onto the moon after his death, after Jackson died. So, it's perfect! This is perfect! 2 lover gods of the moon just sitting on the sky. That is perfect. So, I did the sketch on my sketchbook. You can see it here, and I wanted this cloud scenery with chiffon fabric wrapping around them and flowing onto the wind, sleeping together onto the sunlight. Everything was gonna be perfect. Everything is gonna be beautiful. And so I booted up Paint Tool Sai, and then I started, you know, drawing the sketch onto my program. Hi guys, hi, welcome to another video. This is technically pre-recorded Charlie, coming back at you live. Today, this is the first concept that we have. This is my boys Henry and Jackson, the gay man that I've created. Now, the footage that you're going to be seeing here is a little weird, and that's for a good reason. Well, is it a good reason? At first, I decided that this was going to be a live stream, and that's why you can see there's a lot of elements here and there. But then later on, I kind of decided maybe I shouldn't live stream this. So I kind of just, one by one, I started taking each element off. So, yeah, you're still going to see my hands though, just so I can prove that I am actually making this shit. So, first, we're going to do the outline, which isn't really special and all. It's okay. It's bouquet. You know, it's fine. Like, it's just outlines. It's a black marker, and I'm just kind of just outlining it, and, you know, outlining the shape and the form of the characters. Now, before I did the outline, I was dividing. I was debating on whether or not I was gonna do line art or outline, or I'm just gonna go full on painting and start blobbing on colors. But in the end, I decided to do line art, just like traditional, like, you know, outlines. Not really line art, but just outlines, just so it could be a lot more easier for me to do art, because, you know, I don't have enough patience to kind of just, you know, sculpt it out with, you know, colors and stuff. So I decided to just outline it. Now, after we did the line art, well, why do I keep calling it line art? It's outline! After doing the outline, we're on to the next part of our outlining process, which is coloring. And again, coloring is kind of easy. I'm just blotting down colors, blotting out the necessary colors. Well, you know, at first I was gonna paint on the colors with a brush, but then I kind of decided I feel lazy. So I just grabbed the bucket tool and started like throwing it onto the canvas, and I just started filling in any parts that didn't have any color in them. And we're onto the shading, which is honestly one of my favorite processes, because this is where we start sculpting the form itself. This is where we start seeing dimension. This is where we start seeing the oomph, the richness onto the piece. Originally, what I did was I would isolate one color of the piece and then shade that with a normal layer. But some demon possessed me. I don't know, the demon of laziness. And I just like, you know what? I don't feel like isolating it and just like painting it. No, I want multiply layers. And if you don't know what multiply layer is, it's basically a layer effect where if you add a color onto the layer below, it's gonna look a lot more darker. It's gonna add richness and darkness onto the existing color or existing piece. So I decided to be lazy, and then I just decided to turn the shading layer into like a multiply layer. But yeah, I decided to switch to multiply as my method of shading instead of just being the regular, you know, mixing paint thing. But I think it turned out well. I think it made the process easier, and it was pretty smooth sailing for there. But oh no, the universe is alive. The universe is lying, okay? The universe is lying. The universe is like, oh, you wanted a twist, eh? During the shading process, I kind of realized that Henry's base skin color was too light compared to the shading. So, I decided to do a little something, started messing around with the settings of the colors, and I think it turned out well. Like a slightly tanned color, like that's good. Like it looks like him. It looks perfectly like him. It's the perfect skin color, and I love it. Another horror story that was happening during the shading process was something that concerned Jackson's left hand, aka the stage right hand. I was around 3 layers in during the shading process, and I was deepening a few parts of the body of the subject matter, so there could be that extra oomph to it, so that there would be extra impact and darkness to it. And then I kind of noticed, well, not kind of, because I actually noticed, I during the shading process, I noticed like Jackson's hand that was holding Henry was not shaded. Like literally nothing, and I've literally forgotten about it. So in a panic, in a haste, I started shading it like a fucking lunatic, just trying to get it finished. It turned out well. It turned out pretty good, and yeah, it looked good. It looked good. It looked nice. So after that stage of the art process, I have decided to move on to the background of the piece. Now, I was debating at first whether or not I would do the lighting first or the background, but I decided to do the background so that I could put the subject matter onto the scenery, and that it would be a lot easier for me to visualize the lighting. So I started doing the background. For the first step, I put on a beautiful shade of azure onto the background as a way to set the theme for the background. And then on another layer, I grabbed a watercolor brush and, you know, grabbed like an off-white color and started just blotting the colors, blotting the white to make the general shape of the cloud. And I think it was going really well. It was also during this process when I was debating about, you know, the chiffon concept that I had. If you look at the sketch, you can see that there's like this chiffon thing, like chiffon fabric wrapping around them. And while I was blotting down the clouds, I figured out that flowing fabric might add too much to the piece. Like it might look a little too cluttered. Right? So I decided to just scratch the fabric part and move on without it. Now, speaking of backgrounds, I do want to talk a little bit about, the history between the two characters that we are drawing here, Henry and Jackson. I created these characters during 8th grade, aka my sophomore year of high school. And, their names were different back then. They were horrible names, mind you. Ooh, like Hardepois and Spagies. Jesus fucking Christ, those are horrible fucking names. And they also look pretty different too. But, it's like, they were my comfort characters. They were my comfort OCs. They were the characters that kind of helped me come into terms with my queerness and me being gay and shit. Because during this time, I kind of came out as gay. And, to be honest, I didn't really struggle with coming out as gay. I never really struggled. It kind of just popped into my head. And these characters were my comfort characters that made me feel not so alone with being gay, because I was in a school where there was literally only one gay student per classroom. So I was the diversity hire, and these two characters were the ones that helped me feel not so alone with my queerness. And yeah, they started off as these little ships that comfort, but now they kind of inspire me. They're the reason why I love doing art. And they're the reason why I want to come into the professional field as an animator and one day make a movie or a mini-series with these two, because these two have inspired me to be the best artist I can be, and to put my vision onto the world with them as the stars, the forefront of it all, because they've helped me so much. They don't even know it. I mean, they never knew, because they're characters in a fictional world, but they've helped me so much, and I'm so happy that I was able to create them, and they were able to inspire me to be the best artist I can be. Sorry if I got a little sentimental, but yeah, I thought it would be nice to provide a bit of background on Henry and Jackson. Now, where are we during the art process? Oh yeah, we're painting the clouds. So during the cloud process, I was painting the clouds, and I was kind of struggling to get the look right. Like it felt like something was off with it. It felt too blurry, too soft, too smooth. So I decided to add texture to the brush that I was using, and it turned out well. I added some texture, I blended it out a bit. So yeah, it turned out pretty well. I also decided to do this thing where there's these clouds spinning around the sun, and so I did that, and I actually really liked the concept. But during this stage of the process, I kind of didn't like how the clouds were looking, and I was desperately trying to figure out what the fuck to do with those clouds, because like they looked off. Something was wrong. Something was not afoot with this. But I was kind of tired, and I was kind of just exhausted. I was just like, you know what? I'll just let future me deal with that, and we'll get into that later. But safe to say, I did the clouds, and the general idea of the background, and I think it looked great. Now we're on to my favorite part, my actual favorite part of the art process, which is lighting. To me, this is the part where everything starts coming together. The art piece is not done until we do the lighting, for me. And once we start putting on the lighting, the luma, the shine layer effect, it looks good. Lighting is the Spanx of art. It is the glitter of art. I mean, we already use glitter as artists, but you know what I'm talking about. Makeup artists use glitter and they look fucking phenomenal all the damn time. So for my technique with lighting, I have a very specific technique. It's so complicated. It is so posh, so intricate. No one could ever do it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a technique for this. I just go ham with it. I'm sorry. I don't have a technique for this. Well, actually, no, there is more method to the madness. At first, I do a light, quote unquote, light smattering of the lighting with the, I don't know how to English. I do a light smacking of lighting onto the piece with a specific light orange hue on a shine layer effect. After that, I kind of start going ham with another layer. I grab a marker tool and then I start doing, I don't know what's called, the lighting onto the edges of it, of the subject matter, and it just looks so good. They look so fucking vibrant. That's when we start seeing the vibrancy. They look so glowing. They look so beautiful and so glowing. I'm trying to have a bit of restraint to it. I'm trying to hold myself back and stop myself from making them look like a fucking glow stick. But what's wrong with looking like a glow stick? They look beautiful. And then after the lighting, I have decided to turn off OBS, turn off the recording, because this is where I start doing the touch-ups. And I usually take my time with touching up the art piece because, like, you know, it takes a long time to kind of refresh my eyes and just see the mistakes that I've done. So, you know, I sent it to my friends, I started fixing everything, and then I went to sleep, and then I kind of just, you know, wake up and just started fixing it again. Anyways, after everything was done, I think it's time that we do a reveal on the final art piece. So this is the final piece. This is the final product. I'm really proud of it. I really like it. It looks so heavenly. It looks so beautiful. It looks so gorgeous. Everything is so, it looks so bright and so vibrant. The clouds just like circling around the sun, the movement in it, the way they look is just, it looks so good. It looks so fucking perfect, and I'm so proud that I was able to make this. So yeah, that is the end of the first video of our Pride Month celebration. There's 2 more videos that's coming. Don't worry about it. There's 2 more art pieces coming in the future. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited as much as I am, because I am so happy that I get to do this project. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, but now I gotta tune out. I'll see you guys in the next video or in a live stream. So bye. Whoop, whoop, whoop.